Welcome to the Fox Hacker series. Sophia, me, and Lily just met up at the bank. We were just walking until I saw this really suspicious dude with the pink hair. While they both were talking to the receptionist, I kept staring at him with curiosity in my eyes. I walked really slowly, wondering and looking at him because he looked sus. But we had to go. We talked to another receptionist and we went into the elevator to go to the workplace. Once we arrived, we all went and we all said hi to Amy and Annie. We're sitting in each other's place. Lily sat in her place, Sophia sat in hers, and I sat in mine. I placed my keys in my secret hidden compartment, which only my office friends know about. I started working immediately, but then I figured to tell the boss about the weird and sus dude I saw. I told him that it might be the hacker, but he didn't. But he said that he was shocked, and he said that he wanted to see. And I was like, okay. I told him where he was as well. I told him that he was just in the waiting room. He brought me with him so I can tell him where he is. We went downstairs. And then when we were looking for him, it turned out that he had left and he was just leaving outside, but I didn't saw him. The boss was really angry. He's saying that I tricked him. And I was really scared because I didn't trick him. Everybody was shocked in the background. I didn't trick him. I actually saw him, but the boss didn't believe me. He was really angry. And he even said that he's not going to pay me. I was in real shock and I just wanted to prove while an idea reached my head. I decided to tell him that he should check in his laptop. I was still really angry. Now, finally, I told him that he should check in his secret laptop. He told me to leave the room as he's going to get it. He calmed down a bit and got his hacker laptop. I don't know what he did inside, but he had the laptop. He brought it in and he checked the security. And it turned out that I was right. He was shocked and he apologized to me. He said that he knew now that he told me that he's going to still give me the money and gonna give me extra because he misbehaved a bit. He took the hacker computer and put it back into the secret spot. Next, he broke down about the appearance of the dude he saw just to keep notes. Then I was working and I was able to come into his hack thinking. The boss was done writing and he grabbed it. He came up to me and gave me the 2 crumbled paper with important information. He told me to hide it. He knew about the secret compartment, so I told him should I hide it in here, and he said it may be a bit too basic. Then I decided to hide it in different places. So I asked the boss if I should hide it up in the vents one and if I should hide one down here in my secret compartment. And he agreed. So then I placed one here and then I placed one up there. Then he was really happy that everything is hidden and he went back into his office. And then he announced that he had to he's going to call meetings so everybody needs to come here, the meeting room. He let down the projector and went into the picture of the hack things. Everybody went. And then everybody sat down. Then he explained to everybody that he had this sort of belt and that he has this fox ears on it and it has like a face, really calm face. So basically he just described his appearance. Then he did a doodle of the fox mask. It wasn't really clear, but we got what he meant. Then he let down the screen. He was suspicious about the 101010, and he was also suspicious about the skull mark. I don't know what he was telling us about the 10 and the skull mask. I don't remember that, but he was just saying some stuff about it. Then he discussed that he always comes in. Then when he figured out that this was the sus dude, he knew that he always come around 6 a.m. and he always came in the lunchtime when everybody was gone. He didn't thought of him as sus until I brought it up. Now that I figured out that he comes in lunchtime, I knew what to do. We discussed, and when it was lunchtime, me and the girls went first. Amy and Annie took their time because they weren't really hungry. Well, on the other hand, I hurried. When we got upstairs, I saw this really sus dude on the back wearing golden glasses and having a suit. I quickly ate my food, and when my food there was just a bit of my food left, and I decided to parcel it. Yes, so I told the employee to put it in this little box and that I won't be able to eat it right now as I'm busy. She put it in a box and I gave it to Sophia. They asked me what was going on, but I didn't say anything. They asked me why I was in a hurry, but as the man was sitting beside me, I didn't do anything. I hurried and gave them the box. All the employees were leaving, and when she asked me that what was I doing, I was like, I work at this place, you know me, I'm just gonna stay here, keep guard, I've eaten my food. And they all agreed because they needed to eat their food as well. Then our receptionist number 1 was going, and I talked with him that I'm going to stay here. After they all went, I hid behind the tree or the plant plot, and luckily, to my surprise, the fox sus dude came. He looked very sus and he had an evil laugh on his face. I got really frightened, scared when I saw him. I was scared that he's going to figure out who I am. He wore the fox mask and I knew it was him. But I needed some sort of evidence and proof to prove it was him. I didn't have anything. But I knew I saw him. He looked really sus. I was frightened, shocked, scared, and I was also kind of excited. I got a paper and noted down all the things he did. He was writing some stuff down about the bank, that this is going on here and that is going on here. I wrote it down too. Then I looked to see I looked around and found a phone. I was really happy as then I could take pictures of stuff. I took the phone and got really happy. Then I hid behind the pot plants, and then I started taking pictures and photos of him wandering around. Well, he was just looking around and noticing some more stuff. He destroyed the camera so no camera can see him, and when he was entering. I was just taking pictures of him and he didn't even notice. Then, when he saw that there was money and cash here, he first started to take small bits of money. He took some coins. But then, when he saw the big dollar cash, he couldn't stand. So what he did is that first he tried to put the pennies on the bills, but didn't did anything. It didn't stay. So he took a stack of the bills. I was still taking pictures of him, taking the stack of the bill. He looked really happy. He gave an evil laugh, taking his mask off, and then he put it on. Then he left his little note here, crumbled it up, and put it in his suitcase with his dress. He put his mask in as well. Then, lastly, he took a paper and then wrote the fox hacker was here. He crumbled it up and put it where the money was gone missing. Then he ran out of here, but then he realized that his suitcase has been left. He took a snack, he picked up his suitcase, and he ran. I was so frightened, shocked, and happy to see all of this news. I quickly took the phone. I knew that I shouldn't have taken it and it was considered stealing, but I had to. I got up and everybody was back from their lunch. They asked me where I was and I told them I'll tell you later at home. I rushed into the boss's office. I didn't even run. I just told, but before rushing and talking, I told Sophia about it, really sneakily. Told him that how I saw the fox hacker. I was really excited to show it to the boss, I told her. She was still shocked. And then I rushed into the boss's office. He looked surprised and angry at me for stealing someone's phone. And then I actually explained that I wasn't stealing. He said that it's considered stealing and you could get kicked out because of this. He told me that he can kick me out of his office. Then explained to him that I captured the thief and this was my only hope to take pictures. He was so shocked and he was so disappointed in himself as well for yelling at me. Yet he was so happy that I found it out. He told me that he's going to give me over 1 million because he was so rude to me and because I saved the bank and him. And that I found evidence. I got happy as well. Then he went out downstairs, gave me money. When he went downstairs, the employee of the money room was really shocked because the phone which I took the pictures was his phone. He was so happy when he saw his phone, and when he asked the boss why was it here, the boss told him not to worry about it, and the boss also told them that he need to transfer some pictures to his phone, the boss's phone. But then he talked to the boss, and then the boss talked to him, and the employee grabbed some money as the boss told him. The boss told him that he needed some money to give to me. So the employee took 1 million. The boss also took the employee's phone because he needed to transfer all the photos to his. Then the employee gave the boss the money. He gave the phone to the employee as he has transferred. He took his phone. He took his book and he went upstairs. Then he gave me the money. He was like, "Thank you for working so hard, and here you go. You can take this money." I was like so happy that it was like over 1 million, literally. And he was really happy as well. I carefully stored the $1 million in my secret compartment and I was ready to take it. Then I told Sophia about the whole thing. And then later on, I told Lily about it. Annie and Amy were like somewhere doing their other jobs. Everybody was happy in here because I gave them the good news. I promised to the boss that I will be quitting after we're done catching this person. Then I told the boss some other stuff, and he told me that he's going to make a meeting. He got his little robot out, and he got his superhero costume out. The boss holded the robot, and he held the superhero costume as well. He took his dog with him as well. Then boss showed me that this is what we're going to use. I was shocked, surprised, and it looked really powerful, like an actual superhero. Show me this device. Then he told me to come with me downstairs. I asked why, and he told me that I was the most trustable and that he needed to do some important work. So I came down and told everybody to go and nobody to see what I had. I went there and saw if there was any robber. And there was nobody here. Then the boss placed the bodyguard here. He placed on his suit over his costume. Then he attached this device to all the bank stuff. He was confused in one part, so I helped him. Then when he placed it successfully, he put it at the center of the money area. Then I was going upstairs and he saw something. I asked him what, and he said that the money had been stolen and that the bank rotten, and then that the person the hacker always leaves his evidence. He took his dog and the paper with him. And we went upstairs. When we arrived upstairs, everybody was shocked to see him in the costume. But he went there, he took it off, and he hid his costume for whenever he needed it. Well, it was basically putting his costume, as he didn't really hid it. Also did tell you in this meeting, he also told us that the hacker is called the Fox hacker. Sorry, I forgot a bit, but did I tell you that? If I didn't, now you know. Alright, have an amazing day, and see you in the next episode of this series. I hope you're enjoying.